deep, dreamless sleep. Your eyes slowly open to find odd swirling patterns on the ground, which is what seems to be black fuzz-like mold. You try pushing yourself up off the floor, but the hands that rise to meet your commands are not your own. You yell out in horror as the bone-plated claws of your anatomy flail with the rapid changing of your thoughts. You try scraping away the bone, desperately trying to find the once familiar hands that you've known, but all you manage to do is to scrape long grooves into the plating. You reel back, noticing your hands are not the only part of your anatomy which has changed. The revelation of what you are starts to sink in. Your eyes begin to blur, your breath becomes weak and labored, and you slump to the floor, unconscious. You are a Cherik. I'm Whiteout, thanks for tuning in. If you like what you hear, please hit the like button or consider subscribing. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. Join me now as we dive yet again into another race of Terrillian. Blessed or cursed. When looking upon a Cherik, one is met with a cold visualization of evolution left unchecked. These monstrous insects stand anywhere between 8 to 15 feet in height. They are made up of 3 different sections: Brilak, Serret, and Drone. The Brilak is the largest by far. Its body is composed up of multiple sections: a head, abdomen, and thorax. Being that Brilaks are as queen ants are to a hive, it does have a womb, in which it spawns husk eggs, which will either become a Serret or Drone, or even in a very rare case of circumstances, another Brilak. But unlike ants, these creatures need to have a human host for them to properly develop. The husk egg that Brilak makes looks similar to snakes, and when they're long enough, they will bring a live human host. Gender does not matter. The husk will begin to stretch itself out around the body, slowly encasing it apart from the head, which is left exposed. From there, the human body, muscles, organs, and most of the bone will be broken down and repurposed. However, the human will not feel any of this, for the husk will be injecting them with toxins that will put them into a coma-like state. And over the course of a few weeks, the husk and the human will become one being, with the human supplying all the organs and the husk providing the exoskeleton to house them. Once the body of the host and the husk are one, they are now considered to be a Cherik. However, there is one more part of the host that must become one with the husk. It is time for the mind of the host to sync with the husk. The husk will slowly start allowing the human mind to wake up, but keeping it heavily drugged. And at this point, the new Cherik will be deciding if it will be a Drone or Serret or Brilak. If the human mind fails to merge with the husk, the human's mind will be sterilized, and the husk will take over completely, leaving nothing more than a basic insect who will be used as a beast of burden for the rest of its days. However, if the minds do merge, it will be a Serret, a warrior of the Cherik, able to learn, even make its own decisions, as long as those decisions don't oppose the Brilak who made it. And lastly, when the human mind overpowers the husk, they will become a new Brilak. This is extremely rare and is extremely taxing on the human brain. And once it is done, the human will have to learn its new body. At this point, the new Brilak will have to come to terms with this outcome, accept their role in the Cherik caste system. Newborn Brilaks will immediately be taken deep into the Cherik hive's underground chambers. They will be trained on how to be a Brilak, and more importantly, they will be safe from other Brilaks who may wish it harm. The Cherik. As strange as they may appear, they have not only managed to live in most neuronic cities, but have thrived. And through their exceptional diplomatic abilities, they have succeeded to embed themselves into the neuronic empire. Many people have protested the neurotic lords for allowing Cheriks a seat on their council, but what few voices shouted out in protest were quickly silenced. Now, after many generations of symbiotic relations with the Neuron people, Cheriks are the backbone of their military, as well as making up the majority of the council seats. There was talk of even one of the Neuron lords choosing to become a Cherik in hopes of being reborn as a Brilak. Whether or not he succeeded is unknown. But what is known is that the Cherik have been so integrated into the neuronic culture that there would be no way of untangling the two. The political standing has afforded them a blind eye when it comes to their more barbaric practices. And every year, hundreds of people go missing from their Neronic cities, taken by the Cherik to be turned into more drones or serets. For this reason, it's always wise to avoid walking the streets at night, for the shadows aren't always empty. With that, we'll draw to a close. I do appreciate all of you who have listened. If you want to see more content, as I said before, please like and follow. Have a wonderful day. My name's Whiteout, and I'm signing out.